Hi, thanks a lot, sir.
Hello.
First of all, for being with us. And my question, sir, would be as you are in various these policies making panels. So, I just wanted to, sir, know like what is your idea towards prospective changes in terms of the policies related to the development of the society and the subsequent changes that you ought to suggest as if you are in the parliament.
Thank you, Vikalji. Important point that you have raised. What I have been talking with professionals and various academicians, intellectuals, activists, etc., is the policy is an important area for governance, and majority of policies are implemented and formulated by bureaucracy and some politicians which are at the help of that ministry or department. But basically, majority of policies are formulated by bureaucracy. And at times, I have worked with different professional organizations, etc., that we start saying that this policy lacks this issue. It could have been better if it had been done like this, etc. Post policy announcement, we give all the comments. What I have been suggesting to all the professionals, including our law students, etc., our government has tried to put any policy which we want to bring into the public domain for comments. At that point of time, if we are actively involved into giving suggestions and giving our ideas, etc., government is definitely going to consider them, because as a policy, as a governance model, we want good policies to be implemented, and the policies should have the ideas and the concerns and considerations of the common man. And if those common men or professionals, those who understand them, give their feedback, definitely we will incorporate and formulate those policies. But at the same time, I would also like to say that once a policy is announced by the government, and then different bodies or different people start saying, "Arey, this policy mein ye kharabi hai, wo kharabi hai," तो तब तक government का position government ले चुकी होती है, उस समय एक तरीके से बैक ट्रैक करना विकल जी मुश्किल हो जाता है। तो मेरा लोगों को कहना है कि पॉलिसी मेकिंग के इनिशियल फेजेस में हमें इंटरवीन करना चाहिए, दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। लेकिन वो इंटरवेंशन केवल एडवाइजरी नहीं होना चाहिए। आपका जो दूसरा पार्ट है ना विकल जी, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। अगर हम पॉलिसी मेकिंग और पॉलिसी डिसीजन में केवल एडवाइजरी रोल के लिए जाते हैं तो फिर हम बहुत इफेक्टिव नहीं होते। अभी एनवायरमेंटल पॉलिसी आई थी, पब्लिक डोमेन में डाली सरकार ने, 19 लाख कमेंट आ गए। तो वो ठीक है, वो भी एक प्रोसेस है, बट जब पॉलिसी मेकिंग में आपका डायरेक्ट पार्टिसिपेशन होता है तो आप अपनी बात को बहुत अच्छी तरह से इंप्लीमेंट करवा सकते हैं। तो पॉलिसी मेकिंग में इंटरवेंशन उनका होना चाहिए जिसको कहते हैं ना हम हिंदी में संवेदनशील है कि नहीं। संवेदनशीलता कहाँ से आती है? आम जनता से जुड़ने के कारण। तो ऐसे लोग जो विषयों को समझते हैं, आम जनता के कंसर्न्स का उनके दिल में उनकी सी चिंता है, सामाजिक रूप से जो एक्टिव है, पॉलिटिकली एक्टिव है, वो लोग विधायिका जिसको कहते हैं ना लेजिस्लेचर, 3 लेवल की असेंबली और पार्लियामेंट, इसमें वो डायरेक्ट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऐसे लोग जाएंगे तो अपनी बात को पॉलिसी मेकिंग के टाइम पे ही इंटरवेन करने में वो इफेक्टिव होंगे। तो प्रोफेशनल्स, वेल मीनिंग पीपल, एजुकेटेड पीपल those who do not keep much stake into particular administrative level, like somebody has a stake with the Noida Authority or Greater Noida Authority, he will never be able to take any position which is counter to their decisions. So people, though we have big problem here with the home bias, but the person who has taken benefit from the authority, etc., he will not be able to at any point of time point out that it is the authorities' mistake that they have allotted land on lease. They were not careful at the time of allotment. Now they are taking up steps to take back the land without considering that the same project has been financed by the bank. Home buyers have put their money. So these have to be pointed out to the authorities that their mistake have to be, cost of their mistake have to be borne by themselves. Whether it is institutional memory has to be there. Earlier administration has taken those decisions. So these kind of things I think are important. Well-meaning people, educated people, concerned people, those who have support from the public, goes into various legislative, direct political domain. They will be able to do good for the common man. They will understand the governance model. They will understand the policy more explicitly, and they will not only make policies, but they will have power to implement. The third point that I want to make is advisory, creating policies, and at the same time implementation. If people, well-meaning people, have these interventions in these all the three areas, then we will have good policies, good reform models, good implementation. And therefore I think if people, whenever I think that if we go into parliament or any of our people go to various political legislature institutions, we will be able to do much better. I'm not saying everybody is not doing good, but we can also implement what our thought process are, because even the Prime Minister is getting so much resonance across the globe, because 140 crore people, world thinks that 140 crore Indians are behind the Prime Minister. He has the strength of the people. So the leader who has the support and strength of his colleague, friend, people from his areas, etc., definitely is going to be more effective in this democratic setup.
Thank you very much, sir. I think there was also an issue. आपने शायद एक बार किसी डिबेट में मैंने सुना था, इंसॉल्वेंसी एंड बैंक्रप्सी कोड पे इसी तरह के डेलिब्रेशन से सिक्योर्ड क्रेडिटर्स, होम बायर्स को एज अ सिक्योर्ड क्रेडिटर्स आप लोगों ने शायद उसमें इनकॉर्पोरेट किया था. तो आई थिंक दिस कैन बी एन एग्जांपल हाउ पॉलिसी मेकिंग बाय ब्रेनस्टॉर्मर्स कैन बी हेल्पफुल.
और एक और अंशुली, एक बात और मैं कहना चाहता हूँ ब्रीफली विकल जी के उसमें, कि पॉलिसी मेकिंग में मैं गवर्नेंस में बहुत इंस्टीट्यूशंस में भी काम किया है, बहुत सारे PSUs में भी काम किया है, वेरियस कमिटीज ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री में भी काम किया है, एंड आई हैव बीन वर्किंग इन वेरियस पॉलिसीज. क्या होता है कि पॉलिसी मेकिंग में प्रेजेंटली वेरियस डिपार्टमेंट एक्शन और ब्यूरोक्रेसी और इकोनॉमिस्ट और ये एकेडमिशियंस तो होते हैं, बिजनेस, फाइनेंस, इकोनॉमिक्स एंड लॉज, ये चारों का कॉम्बिनेशन जब होगा तब पॉलिसी मेकिंग बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग होगी. तो जब पार्लियामेंट में मैं देखता हूँ और या वेरियस गवर्नेंस मॉडल्स में मैं देखता हूँ कि ब्यूरोक्रेसी, इकोनॉमिस्ट और कहीं ना कहीं लॉयर्स, लॉ वाले भी होते हैं कहीं, लेकिन बिजनेस और फाइनेंस के लोग कम हैं. तो उसके कारण जो इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी में इंडस्ट्री, बिजनेस कम्युनिटी एक्सेट्रा को जो प्रॉब्लम होती है, उनके इश्यूज पॉलिसी मेकिंग में शुरू के लेवल पे नहीं जा पाते. तो बिजनेस, फाइनेंस, इकोनॉमिक्स एंड लॉ, ये चारों का कॉम्बिनेशन विद ब्यूरोक्रेसी एंड पॉलिटिकल विल, ये सारे जब गवर्नेंस में आ जाते हैं, मिनिस्ट्रीज में आ जाते हैं, तो हमें ऐसा कंपोजिशन बनाना चाहिए या ऐसे आदमियों को सिलेक्ट करना चाहिए कि जो इस पूरे इकोसिस्टम को स्ट्रॉन्ग कर सकें.
Thank you very much, sir. Ananya, next question from your side. I think you have pushed some.
Yes, sir. Sir, I just wanted to ask you what suggestion or what message do you have for young and budding aspiring lawyers we have with us? So do you have any such comments and message for us?
I may first of all thank Ananya ji for this question. This is one of the hot and favorite question.
Yes, so many young colleagues, and I have been interacting with universities at different platforms. मेरा ये कहना है to young budding career oriented people who want a bigger role in the nation building is that if you want to align your career into areas, choose areas where growth will come. First, identify what is the vision of the Prime Minister, who are leading our country, what is his vision, and what are the where he want to take the country, and identify areas and sectors which have where the growth will come for India. So as I mentioned, knowledge economy, several factors in the knowledge economy, or cultural economy is a big areas where Prime Minister thinks that India's growth potential will come. His vision is there to make India a manufacturing hub. His vision is there to make India a good infrastructure. So his vision is there to create good growth in the space technology. 90% of our defense requirement were being imported earlier from global players. Now 68% of our defense requirement is being procured domestically. So defense, space technology. I was reading that India space technology, private player, a lot of investment is coming in the space technology. Chip technology, big growth is coming. Then policy making, I have told. Professionals have a good area where they can build career. When I go into international platforms, whether it is, I have been to China in the G20 on behalf of government. I have been to World Economic Forum and different platforms. And at interbilateral trade agreement or multilateral trade agreement, etc., we have been working with Mr. Jaitley and other ministers, etc. One area that we find is a gap in our country is public policy domain. We have very little talent, very little career-oriented people who want to work in public policy domain. So lawyer professionals and different professionals like chartered accountant, company secretaries, etc., lawyers and other MBAs, etc., they can develop this public policy domain. There is huge potential for people to build a career in public policy domain. So these are, I identify what is the vision of the Prime Minister. You see, you have been hearing how G20 is moving around. Every year G20 meeting takes place. It has taken place in China. It has taken place in US. Nowhere in the world, today I was reading Business Sense, there are so many reports. Nowhere in the world, G20 has been taken to such an height which Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken this whole activity. When on 9th and 10th September, we will finally have the final meeting, summit. Before that, almost 60 cities will have been hosted G20 various meetings, and more than 1 lakh people across the globe who are influential in their own countries would have visited these 60 places, and they would have been exposed to India's art, culture, music, festival, food, architecture, handicraft, etc. And what the Prime Minister's vision is that these 1 lakh people from 60 cities, once they go there, understand India, see India's infrastructure, see India's growth potential, see India's educational development, see India's natural resources, beauty, tourism, etc. And they will become the ambassador and take India's message across the globe. And through that, India's cultural economy will move and will propel the growth for India. So knowledge economy, I told, 5G, digital India, transactions, fintech, space unicorns, etc. Big green hydrogen, then blockchain technology, ESG compliance, environmental sustainable growth compliance is required. If you want to get into the global and regional supply chain, we have to integrate our manufacturing sector into global and regional supply chain. What we have to do is our corporate should comply with ESG compliance in their balance sheet. Otherwise, they will find hurdles in their export and import business. So we need to incorporate ESG compliances into balance sheet. So immense blockchain, etc. Immense potential is there. Artificial intelligence. These are the areas. Identify them, read them. आजकल तो मैं क्या हम भी तो पढ़ के ही अखबारों में, गूगल में और थोड़ा इंटरेक्शन में, ऐसे इंटरेक्शन से हम प्राइम मिनिस्टर का विजन देखते हैं. प्राइम मिनिस्टर के विजन के साथ ग्रोथ एरियाज को आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं. हाउ डू यू इन्वेस्ट योर मनी? कैपिटल मार्केट्स वगैरह में हम इतना काम करते हैं. कई लोग बोलते थे कि एक का मैं पढ़ रहा था, बहुत बड़ा इन्वेस्टर अपने देश में, वो गया कि बोला मैं अपनी वाइफ के साथ मार्केट में गया और मैंने एक दुकान पे देखा तो मशीन में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट्स बड़े बिक रहे थे, वॉशिंग मशीन बड़ी बिक रही थी। वॉशिंग मशीन तो मैंने अपनी वाइफ को कहा कि तुम खरीदना, और वो आके उस कंपनी के शेयर खरीद लिए।
गुड एग्जांपल।
ये है। तो ये जो अनन्या आपका क्वेश्चन और कई यंग पार्टिसिपेंट होंगे, align your career to that and build the capacity. Professionalism means that you go for efficiency, accuracy, full commitment, willpower, और फिर आप अपने लिए भी ग्रोथ पोटेंशियल क्रिएट करेंगे, अपनी कैपेसिटी भी बिल्ड करेंगे, और साथ ही साथ अपने देश की विकास और उन्नति में बड़ी भागीदारी भी कर सकते हैं।